The CCPA composition program offers an open and collaborative environment to our composers.
Composition students coming to CCPA have very different experiences, and we encourage them to express those experiences in their compositions.
So when I work with my students, I help them to find out what kind of music they hear and help them to write that music, not what I think they ought to write.
There's not one specific style that you're forced into. There's a variety of styles, and there's a great exchange of ideas, and it's a very supportive environment.
The reason I decided to come to CCPA and to begin with is the openness of the composition department. I felt I was able to really do a lot of different things as an artist, and I wasn't funneled into one idea of what music is, which was important to me.
When I auditioned here, I was immediately struck by how collegial the environment was, and it really seemed like all of the composition students were a family. And now that I'm here, I found that that's definitely the case.
One of the great things that, now that I'm out, I've realized that I got from my education is how it made me a multifaceted musician. I was never discouraged from performing at this university. I was never discouraged from exploring other disciplines. And while composing is still a huge part of my income and what I do, I still was able to hone my skills as a pianist, as an improviser, as a teacher, as a coach, all of these different things that are able to pay rent now. Every ounce of who I was as a person was cultivated here.
I think that it's the perfect sort of musical world to be in, to find yourself and find your musical voice and find out how to write what you want to write and write it well.
At CCPA, we emphasize the importance of the composer-performer relationship. Every other year, student composers are paired with a piano major to collaborate on a piano piece, and composers are paired with dance majors to create a work with choreography. These programs are designed to develop the composer's interaction as part of the creative process.
So I was really fortunate to be selected for the Opera Lab collaboration between the composition and opera department here at CCPA, and created a brand new opera. It was really just a unique experience to have the opportunity to create an extended narrative as an opera and also just to create an opera in general. It was really fun. I learned a ton. It was really challenging. I had all of these deadlines and just kind of good practice for being a composer outside of school as well.
One of the benefits of being a composer at CCPA is the world-class performers that we have here, both faculty and students.
A huge part of picking a composition program is looking at the performers in that institution as well, because they could have really amazing composition faculty, but if you don't have performers who are really good at their instruments and who also want to collaborate, then it doesn't make as much sense. But at CCPA, there are so many performers invested in new music who want to work with real composers who are alive. And I met so many people, and we still have relationships today as a result of being here.
I specifically have devoted a lot of my writing time to writing music for students where they are. And having a faculty at Roosevelt that's so open to say, this is where the voice is right now for a sophomore in college. Meet them where they are and I'll program you rather than doing, Schubert. Here at Roosevelt, people were willing to, slide the scale a little bit to give the opportunities to new composers, if new composers were willing to meet the students where they are.
We have Electroacoustic Music Festival in conjunction with Electroacoustic Music Sequence. Students can learn how to record, how to edit, and how to program so that they can actually present their music at the festival, which also includes the professional composers from outside of school as well as local composers. This is a great opportunity for our students to interact and learn about what's happening in our current music scene.
So whether you're coming into Roosevelt with a lot of experience in electroacoustic music like I did, or with no experience at all in electroacoustic music, it's a great place either way because of Dr. Choi and her long career in electroacoustic music, and then the studios here and the classwork designed around teaching you the basics, but also teaching you how to take it a step further.
I think one of the greatest strengths is that the students can get a solid program with acoustic music, electroacoustic music, and students can tailor that however they like. It's really customizable in that sense, and each of those components is equally strong.
I felt during my master's I had plenty of opportunities to have my music played, and I really enjoyed the concerts because they're more frequent than what I had in my undergrad. And so I was trying to get something on every concert just to get more performances and more recordings.
There's great opportunities to perform, see performances, be part of productions, many different capacities, and other collaborative experiences.
If I had to sum up this composition program in one word, it would be opportunity. Rarely will you find a composition program that has the access, the collaborative opportunities, the faculty, and a world-class city all in one place.
I particularly think that this is an important place to study because you're in one of America's major media markets. That means there are lots of opportunities to be noticed and to perform and to have your music performed.
But we have so many composers in residency in Chicago that we actually get to meet a lot of them throughout the year. We get to have lessons with them. We get to have presentations from them on what their work is like and what it's like working as a composer full-time.
Chicago's a fantastic city to be a composer in. There's an incredible amount of new music happening here. There's just an almost ridiculous amount of new music ensembles that are performing on a very regular basis, and a lot of those concerts are very affordable and very accessible.
I've split some time between New York City and here, and in New York you either have to write classical music or you have to write theater. You have to pick one, and in Chicago people are just excited that you want to write. And they want to work with you. If you're willing to have a conversation with a performer, the possibilities are endless of things that you can write in this city.
So one of the reasons that I chose Roosevelt beyond the other schools that I got into for my master's was the appeal of the social justice emphasis in the curriculum. And I won the Social Justice Student Seed Grant. And I found that the support I got from faculty members as I wrote and found performance opportunities for that to be very helpful.
One of the reasons CCPA was on my list of schools for my master's program was because of Roosevelt's mission as a social justice institution and their history of being social justice oriented. So that's one thing I would say for composers. I think we have a really great voice in the community that we can utilize.
Art speaks truth to power. Learning how to make art that connects is a very powerful thing.
Very, very often I have students come in for lessons and they say, look, this topic's really on my mind, or I really want to say something about this issue that's going on or that I'm witnessing. And this is a great place, it's a great environment where students can feel comfortable and empowered to explore who they are, how they want to express that, and what kind of difference they can make in society at large.
Our composition program emphasizes what is most important for success: open-mindedness, a collaborative spirit, and professional experience. We hope you visit us and experience this vibrant place.